Wait, who sold Happy Place to me as a silly, goofy time? Because I have a bone to pick with you. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Megan, and today we are doing something very fun. We're going to be doing another 24-hour reading challenge. I do 12-ish, maybe a little bit more hours on Saturday, which is today, and then however many hours we have left on Sunday, that's what I will be doing on Sunday as well. I vlog the whole thing. I will be bringing you guys along with me. I will be giving my spoiler-free thoughts on all of these books, and at the end, I will share my final thoughts and my ratings of them at the end of the video. Today and tomorrow, I will have other like little stations set up for me because one of the hardest things that I think people don't talk about when doing these challenges is sitting still for a full 24 hours. Like, I need to move and kind of get some energy out sometimes. But with all of that said, let's get into the TBR, shall we? So the last time I did this, if you haven't watched that one already, I will link it below. But the last time I did this, I did try to go for 4 books, but 2 of the books on my list were 500 plus pages. So I only read 2.5 books. Since the books I have picked out today are a little bit shorter, I am still going to aim for 4 books. So the first book that I will be reading is going to be my first Emily Henry book. I cannot believe I still have not read any of her books. I've already kind of started this one a little bit, so we'll start with this one to finish that one. I'll be listening to the audiobook as well, and I'm really liking the narrator and the narration, and I do like that these characters are a little bit older. So I'm excited to keep reading this one. Second book I will be reading is Where the Forest Meets the Stars by Lindy Vandera. My grandmother sent me this. This is on Kindle Unlimited and the audiobook is included, so I'm super excited about that. I'm curious what the fantasy element of this is. This is giving more like magical realism to me, but my grandmother knows that I read a lot of Romantasy, and so she put that in her note, which I thought was adorable. The next 2 on my list is going to be Wild Love and Wild Eyes, books 1 and 2 in the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. I haven't read the series yet, so I'm excited to dive into it, and I just love these spines. Are you kidding me? I live like in the mountains, so like this is just so up my alley, and I love these colors. I have no idea what these are about. I think they're billionaire romances. May have labeled Ford Grant the world's hottest billionaire, but all he cares about is escaping the press and opening a recording studio in gorgeous small town Rose Hill. Something that comes to a screeching halt when he ends up face to face with a young girl who claims he's her biological father. Oh, snap. Now he spends his days balancing business with parenting a sullen 12-year-old, all while trying desperately to keep his hands the hell off his best friend's sister. Oh my God, this sounds tropey as hell, and I am here for it. So this is the TBR that we will be trying to get through this weekend, and I could not be more excited about these. I am very much so looking forward to reading all of these. So let's get reading. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my timer. I'm just gonna set it for 12 hours this time. And there we go. We are off. Yay, I'm so excited. Yeah, let's get started reading Happy Place. Wait. Who sold Happy Place to me as a silly, goofy time? Because I have a bone to pick with you. This is sad and kind of like emotionally intense. So it is about a couple that have broken up. I still don't know fully why. I'm 123 pages in now. We are following a group of friends, and specifically one couple that is within that friend group that were engaged but have broken up but not told the rest of the friend group. And now that they're on this trip, they're avoiding telling the friends because a couple of the friends are like getting married on this trip. So they don't want to like ruin the vibe, right? And letting everyone know that they actually broke up months ago. And so they're having to navigate like forced proximity situation. They're staying in the same room. There's subtle hints of maybe both of them are dating someone. Neither one of them are being forthcoming about that. But they both are still, you can tell, attracted to each other. And that is steamy, but also like the inner monologues are like, it is emotionally intense. Like, I will say that there are like comedic relief moments, which is nice. The overall tone of this book is not what I was expecting. I don't know if I want to root for this like couple I'm in here. I'm like, are they gonna end up together or no? Like, I don't know. The overall tone, like I said, of this book is like kind of sad, but let's keep reading. Who was gonna tell me that Happy Place is not super happy? But I was not expecting to cry. This is way more than a romance book. I'm gonna finish this and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Well, that was unexpected. I was expecting this to be like a rom-com, and this was full on like I went to therapy and had to cry it out for a second. Don't let this cover fool you. This is not a fluffy book at all. You read this when you're wanting to feel something, okay? In this book, there's a group of friends that have been traveling to the same cabin as like a yearly tradition over the 10 plus years that they have been friends, and this is the last time that they're gonna do that. And there is a lot of fear and worry around transitioning to the next stage of all of their lives. Eventually, you do come to that place with your friends, like everybody will grow and move on to new things, and it's always about like how do you continue those relationships after the fact. So for me, friendship aspect of this book was my favorite part of it. Like the romance was good, but like everything else I feel like was even better. And it was like every relationship our female main character could have had got explored in depth, and that's why I was saying this felt like a therapy session where like Emily Henry was sitting there taking notes and being a mirror to me or for anyone who reads this book. I was not expecting to cry. I hardly ever cry with books, but that was a pleasant surprise that a book can hit me in my feels like that. Hopefully this is the most emotionally damaging book I have on my list today. Based on the blurb on the back of this one, this could be similar. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. Oh, and I know for sure Elsie Silver will come in and save the day and give us some laughs and keep the vibe a little bit lighter than maybe these first two books are. But hopefully the mood, the tone of the day will only go up and up from here. So if you've read Happy Place though, like, can you let me know your thoughts on that? Because I was shocked by this. I just felt like because Emily Henry is so popular, I just assumed her books would have been more palatable, you know, like more of that like rom-com cheeky vibe, which this is not it. Yeah, I'm gonna get going with this. My friend is bringing me a coffee and a puzzle, so I may be changing scenery here in a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna keep going. We've made some progress on the puzzle, and we just finished Where the Forest Meets the Stars. I did listen to most of this on audio. I had like 2 kind of series books back to back. This was, how do I even explain this? So basically this is about a little girl who runs away and this woman who ends up finding her, and this little girl is saying that she is an alien and she's from this foreign planet and all this kind of stuff. And so the woman who ends up finding her is trying to figure out where she came from and help this little girl get back to her home and her family. It is just this whole story that unravels around that, which I thought it was done really well. I genuinely enjoyed this. So my grandma did a great job picking this for me. This was fun. I'm excited to be able to talk to my grandma about it. But I am probably gonna take a little bit of a break for my brain because it's feeling a little full right now. We have 2 hours and 15 minutes left on the timer. I am going to start one of my Elsie Silver books. So we have 2 out of 4 books of my TBR completed today, and then we will do the whatever's left tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of a bio break, get a refill on my water, maybe have a little snack, and just get reset for the next books. Okay, so in a interesting turn of events, I'm actually gonna cook some muffins. I gotta like bend down to get in the frame here. My husband is out of town and this muffin recipe is his favorite, so I'm going to bake some muffins. I think it would be nice for me to be standing up and get some blood flowing, and plus a muffin sounds really good to me right now too, so there's nothing better than like a fresh baked muffin. So I will be doing that, and we will be listening to Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I have this near me in case I want to tab anything because there's usually really good banter in here. I will keep you updated. I currently have my timer still at 1 hour, 54 minutes, 36 seconds. I might go longer than that, and then we'll just see how many hours we have left for tomorrow. But we are flying through the TBR. Okay, so still reading Wild Love. I find it interesting in Elsie Silver's books how her characters end up describing their situationship. They're calling each other frenemies, even though they've known each other their entire lives, and just because they like to give each other shit. And in my opinion, y'all just have sexual tension. Like, you're not enemies at all. Like, you guys love each other deep down. You already have that relationship. You just like to give each other shit, and that's your love language, and that's okay. I'm here for it. I think it's funny. That's how you flirt. You're flirting. You're flirting, and you're being delusional about it, and everybody can see straight through it, okay? Rosie Ford, we see through you. Very tasty. Okay. I will check in again here soon. Good morning. Good morning. It is currently 6:25. I am watering my plants, and I'm just getting ready for the day so we can spend it together and continue reading. Last night I did probably read for another 2-ish hours. I probably have about 10 hours of reading left to do. I got about 80% of the way through Wild Love, so we will be finishing that this morning. That's kind of where we're at. I might pick up on the puzzle again a little bit later. I'm excited for today. I slept really good last night. My Garmin told me that I have a body battery score of 100. She's ready. I'm ready to take on the reading today. Hello. Okay, we made it back to our reading spot. I finished Wild Love this morning. This was a perfect book after the two intense books that I read yesterday because this just like flipped the vibe around. These are just a good time. The characters are funny, the banter's funny, they love to give each other shit, and I am eating it up the whole time. If you've ever read Chestnut Springs, you have read Heartless, which is book 2 in the series, and that follows Cade and Willa. So in Wild Love, you are meeting Willa's brother, Ford, and it's his love story. Ford is best friends with Weston, and Weston's little sister, Rosalie, ends up getting with Ford. Okay, Wild Eyes is Weston's book. So he is a single dad. We will see who he ends up with. Yeah, let's dive into Wild Eyes and I will keep you updated as we go. Okay. Okay, I need to do just like a board of all of the Elsie Silver characters and how they're all connected because it just is hilarious to me. Wild Love, Ford, the main male character, he is starting up a music business. I think it's some kind of production company. He has tried to get a very popular singer, her name is Skylar Stone, to come and record at his studio. And his daughter is like obviously obsessed with Skylar Stone. So it's funny because now on the first 2 pages, this is Skylar Stone. She's in Rose Hill, I'm assuming to go record with Ford, and West stumbles upon her trying to take a video of a bear outside of her car. He's feeling all frustrated because she's acting like a tourist. So it's just funny to see how all the characters intermingle and that how they come together and how Elsie weaves them together in the stories. So if Wes ends up with Skylar, that's gonna be hilarious. So we'll see. All right, so we just finished Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. I loved this. I think I like this one better than the first book, Wild Love, mainly because there's more going on with the plot, and I think this was a love letter to Britney Spears. That's my theory. This feels so inspired by Britney Spears' story. Our main female character is she's a singer. She just feels like her music career has been all about other people in her life, mainly her dad and her family that have been using her for money. You catch my drift? It sounds a lot like Britney Spears. This is like, hey, Britney Spears, if your life didn't go completely to shambles and you wanted to fall in love with a man who lived on a ranch. That's this love story. I loved the audiobook with this, by the way, because since she is a singer, she writes some songs about her experience, obviously living out on the ranch, and the audiobook, you actually get the song. And it's very beautiful, and I feel like that adds to the full experience. So that finished my full TBR for this, and I still have a few hours. I have about 3 hours left. So I'm in a little bit of a pickle because now I've read 4 romance books, 2 of which were emotionally damaging, 2 of which were just silly, goofy times, you know, rom-coms. And now I'm like, I want to read fantasy, but do I want to start something that long? Part of me feels like this would be a good opportunity to start Zodiac Academy 9, because if you watched my March TBR video, you know I've been putting that book off. And I just feel like I really want to check that box. I'm ready to check that box of Zodiac Academy being done. We have concluded in about 3 hours. I will see you in about 3 hours and update you as to how that is going. Hey, so I'm not sure what happened to the video that was supposed to be my outro for this, but it has disappeared somehow, some way. So I definitely wanted to give you guys my ratings for all the books that I read for this 24-hour readathon. First is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I ended up rating this 5 stars because, well, anything that could make me cry is going to be 5 stars.
Second is Where the Forest Meets the Stars. I ended up giving this 3.75 stars. Wild Love by Elsie Silver, I gave this 4 stars. And Wild Eyes, I gave this 4.25 stars. So, yeah, I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. Definitely subscribe for more videos like this. I try to do these once a month. So, yeah, I guess I will see you in the next one. Bye.